4.5, adding titles and sections to your Google Forms. So a title, which you'll see right here, effectively gives like a heading for each section. So this might be useful if you had specific topics or parts of your Google form. Maybe it was like vocabulary, and then it was content, or if you were doing some other different, maybe you're going like a by section, 4.1, 4.2, if you wanted to break it down that way. So you can just come in, let's say we're here, we're on this question, and then I'm going to add a title. So you see here that it adds just a title. And again, it's just basically a descriptor. One of the things, and let's say I added it and you didn't want it to be here, you actually wanted it to be above there. Every one of these little sections or questions has these 6 dots, which are drag and drop. So I can drag it up here, and let's say I really wanted it to go here. I could say this is the vocabulary section. And then I can do a description. These are going to be vocab questions. Okay. Notice there's no image option here. There's no questions. It's just basically kind of a header or a title section. So those can be useful if you want to break your form up into specific sections and maybe give directions to folks about what they're doing. So that's titles. The other option is the bottom button here, which is add section. So I was on vocabulary, right? And it just added section here. And so a section is effectively a page break. In other words, when I'm done with this question, that's the bottom of it. They don't see the rest of these. Notice now this one up here says section 1 of 2. This one down here is now 2 of 2. And I've got an option here after section 1. I want to continue to, I want to go back to section 1. I want to go to section 2. Or I want to be able to submit the form. We want to continue to the next section is in general. So that's where there's going to be a button on the form, and we'll look at it that says next or proceed to next. So if you want to have only specific questions on page 1, and then you want them to move to page 2, in other words, you want it to have multiple pages instead of one giant stream of questions. Again, this might be useful if you have specific sections or topics. If you don't want 40 or 50 questions all in one, if you want them to maybe do 10 at a time, or whatever it happens to be. So that's adding sections, which is effectively a page break. So you can insert titles. You can also insert sections or page breaks inside your Google form. Thanks.